crazy eyes, crazy eyes, crazy eyes. I take these off. It is simpler that way. It is simpler that way. Guys, welcome. Welcome to Wooly's World. Hey, Bruno. From Wooly's World. You're very welcome. Does it? How's that? Look, check out. We are remodeling and removing and moving stuff about the house. Hey, Bruno. What do you think? Bruno has made an appearance. We have one person online. You are very welcome. I do not know who you are because you're not saying anything in the comments. So this is what is happening? There's nobody on.
Oh, it's
don't come up if there's nobody on. There's no point. We have one person on, but they haven't said anything in the comments yet, so we don't know who it is. So this is the situation. So it is. I have an itchy beard. I have an itchy beard. Did you know that?
Oh,
two people. Oh my God, it's going crazy. Lydia, you're making it go crazy. So Evie was drawing pizzas.
Excellent. Since the excellent.
She's only 7. So.
This is how you spell excellent.
So yes. That's wrong.
No, it's not, Dad.
It's wrong. Exceelent.
That's how you spell excellent.
That's not even what you wrote. That's what. Right. Okay. There you go. Don't.
I'll draw your hair because you're bald.
I'm not bald. Am I bald? He says colouring is in his bald patches. But don't. So listen. You're welcome. This is what I have to put up with on a daily basis. Give me the marker. Stop it. Stop it. Go downstairs. Go on. Just if you're going to be part of this, you stand there and you speak to the camera. You don't be jumping across me and doing all these things and doing all those things. Stole my glasses. Diesel man, how is it going? How's it going, guys? Going to kill dogs and children.
I was on one of these roads and I was waiting to watch you live, but it took too long.
I'm live now.
Yeah, but I'm watching Minecraft.
This is it. I am. Marlon, how's it going? So I have my glasses off. Just squint and look over at the camera. How's it going, guys? Back to more familiar surroundings this week. So it is 2nd of July. Absolutely crazy. Jeannie Macaroni. It is the 2nd of July. It has been a quiet week. I'm going to say quiet week. It was a quiet week until Wednesday and Thursday, and then it all went crazy. Did I survive the camp out? Yeah. Yeah, Bruno is a disaster on the camp out. Guys, the camp out live stream was absolutely fantastic. It was unbelievable. Who would have thought that first of all that it would have worked, and that you guys would be so responsive to it. It was really cool. And the donations, the super chats were just. I took the girls out for dinner tonight, so thank you very much. You paid for that, okay? Super chatters paid for that. No big hairy lads running around. No. Why, Diesel man? You might have to explain that one. That sounds like you have a little bit of insider knowledge there. So, what happened Wednesday and Thursday? Well, Ginge79, how's it going, buddy? You're welcome. What happened on Tuesday is that a friend of mine contacted me and said, Wooly, I can come down and do the roof of the cabin for you. Sorry, guys, it's hard to read the comments. These are only just like that far away, but it's hard to read the comments without my glasses on. But I know that the glasses do this crazy thing with the light. So if you want me to take the glasses off, just let me know. Just say, Wally, take those stupid glasses off. Grumpy Toe, you're very welcome. So this is what we have been doing this is what I have been doing. I've been kayaking. We kayaked Sunday, we kayaked Monday, and we kayaked Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I got a message from a friend saying, Wooly, I can be there Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock. Let's get the roof done. Get the roof done. So Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock, I opened up Red Branch, and in we went, and we stripped the entire roof off the cabin, and we put it all back on again. Didn't change anything, just stripped it all off and put it all back on. Took us 2 days. No, we changed everything. So, guys, I have some pictures up on the community section of the page showing the difference. So I did everything that we said we were going to do. So we stripped it off, took the whole frame off, raised it up at the back to level it out to make sure that it was completely level, and then raised it up at maybe 7 inches at the front. Okay, so it's now, there's now like a 13-inch fall in it. So it's 13-inch higher. So 13 inch, it's probably more. It's probably about 15 inches higher at the front than it is at the back. Yeah, Marlon, being able to see is handy sometimes. So especially when driving. So so there was nothing major. It was one of those jobs that you strip the roof off and everything's going really fast, and then you start building stuff and you start putting the bridges, the bridging in. You put the rafters up, it goes well. When you start putting that bridging in and cutting stuff and screwing stuff in, Jesus, the whole thing just went slow. But it did make me look at things a little bit differently. Okay, and I'll have to explain through my favorite medium of drawing pictures. Okay, so when we look at the front elevation now, guys, okay, if I'm looking straight on at the cabin, right, Bruno was good. He was here a minute ago. He has been swimming non-stop. When we've been kayaking, he's just been swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming. Okay, so I'm going to draw this like this. Roof. And this is, okay. Oh. Guys, you'll have to give me a minute. Okay. And this is going to be a very rough picture. Okay, so this is the way it works, right? So this is the basic cabin. This is where the roof was at the front, and we made like a thing to we made a frame to bring it up the 8 or the 6 inch 7 inches at the front, right? So that has created this. I haven't covered it over yet, right? So I have one of these underneath the overhang at the front, and I have the same at the back, right? Now, remember the issues I said in regard to it being very, very dark and stuff. So that's given me an opportunity to put glass there. Also, okay, also, let's look at this. Side profile has changed to this. So, it's better like that, isn't it? Side profile has changed to this. So I also have the opportunity to put glass in along this wedge section on both sides. So it's like I've suddenly ended up with all these options where I can put glass in. You know, so I'm not talking about individually framing them. I'm talking about getting one big piece of glass and probably tack 7 in it on, and then making a frame around it. Which is cool. Now, I didn't record it. There was too much going on. I wouldn't have had time. It was just mental. There was so much work going on. So I don't know how my mate would have felt about recording it anyway. So no way. And do you know I was in, that's where we went to. We went to Kamla. After last week's live stream, I you know, because people donated through the super chats, and they were like, I think Buchan said, oh, you know, take the girls out for dinner. So we talked about tonight. So there's nowhere to sit in. So we got pizza, and we went to Camla Lake, and we sat at Camla Lake and we had pizza. Yeah, it's a nice. Camla Lake is beautiful, but I've been paddling on, you know the river I was sitting at on Friday night. We've been kayaking there, so it's about 4 foot deep, maybe. So just getting Lily in a kayak. She's never really been in one before. So the problem being is that it's a whippet. Grumpy, you will remember a whippet, okay? And you will know how old the boat must be. 30 years old, boy. And it's just a 4 kill river. It's a very slow section of river. So but there's a grade 3 section. There is a grade 3 section further down from 4 kill to Kilcurry. So, well, I won't be having on that, but it's very flat. It's very, very, very slow moving. So we were playing in the river and making dams and moving big rocks out to the middle to make features to try and speed the water up a bit. So I have a whippet that must have had some sort of nose cap on it at some stage. It was given to me. Steve-O gave it to me, who you've seen on the channel a lot, doing naive reviews and stuff like that. So there must have been some sort of plastic nose cap on it that was screwed and then riveted in, and it's come off. So there's 2 holes in it. But I am on the hunt for 2 kayaks now. So I would say a creaker for myself and some sort of sit-on. Hey, Bruno, they're looking for you. Here we go. The star of the show. Hey, Bruno. Oh. Oregon sent me stickers and a t-shirt. Oh, hey, Bruno. Oh. Bruno loves the kayak. Loves it. Not like he gets into it or anything, but as soon as it's on the river, he tries to get up onto the back of it when you're paddling it about. But I'm looking for a Wave Sport Recon, I think is what I go for. It is a boat that I bought last year. And hey, where are you going with that? She's gone. It's a boat that I bought last year, and I actually sold before I got a chance to use it, maybe even the year before. But apparently for somebody with lower back issues, I've never ran it, Grumpy. I actually would say that it is unrunnable. I would say it's unrunnable. I would say it was maybe run once, put into a guidebook, and never ran again. Because I would say it's completely overgrown. It's not a big river anyway. I would say it's completely overgrown, and I bet you, well, I know of at least one big, huge tree across it. So, so God knows. God knows. If you remember when I was doing the 181 video, the Husqvarna 181 video, when I was cutting up that massive piece of beach, the video I did before that where I was cutting up the dirty ash, and I showed you the river and that little valley and all. That's the river. That's the 4 kill river. So that's part of the grade. That's the start of the grade 3 section. But there's a massive ash tree across it. So I actually don't know anybody who's ran it. It'd be something that you'd have to walk the entire 15-mile length of and cut every tree up and pull everything out of the river and clear it up completely. So well, that's the plan at the minute. And we have 2 paddles. One is one of those old aluminium shaft center paddles, and the other one is the paddle that I got with that boat when I bought it, and that is that's a real carbon Kevlar and all the good stuff and all, but Lily's like, I'm using this paddle, and I'm like but listen, here's the plan too, is to get myself and Lily out in Camera Lake some evening, so I want a boat. But I have been looking at boats. Jesus Christ of Almighty. They're expensive. Listen, Doug. Thank you. No problem, man. No problem. I took the girls out for pizza. Thank you very much. That's on you. Enjoy your camp. Turn me off. Go camping. Enjoy it. That's what it's all about. Stay frosty. Have a great time. Listen. I couldn't believe it, Gay. I couldn't believe it. You're talking. I bought the Recon. Paid £350 for it second hand, right? And I shipped it over from England. It cost me £50 to ship it over from England. So £400. This thing was immaculate. It was in such good condition. And I saw a boat with a split in it that had been welded, right? A kayak with a split in it that had been welded, and your man's looking £250 for it. Gee, like, for a split boat, that's like saying, I have a car here. I've drove it into a tree at 80 mile an hour. It's rid off, absolutely rid off. But a mate of mine welded it. Do you want to buy it for full price? What can you do? I was talking to a friend of mine who runs a kayak club, and he was saying that's just the way it is. Kayaks are really expensive, really hard to get, and it just seems to be the way. Yeah, big time, boy. Absolutely. Half the price and the quality is better. Irish boats, any boat I've bought in Ireland just seems the arse has been tore out of it. People paddling in the summer, and low water and bumpy scrapey. Well, what can you do? Or they're centre boats, and then they're just wrecked, boy. Absolutely wrecked. So, but no saw action, no streaming action, none of that happened this week at all. Just building of the building of the cabin. It just took up so much. There was so much work in those 2 days. We got so much done. I got a massive test under the wall tools. The guy I was working with is a Makita fan, and he very quickly stopped using his Makita saw in favor of my saw. I suppose it's newer. It's always going to be running better, newer blade, but newer batteries and stuff like that. But he definitely seemed to like it better, and which is cool. But it's all done. It's all done. So I spent 3 hours yesterday evening, finished up about this time yesterday evening, on the roof of the cabin. Tech 7, putting Tech 7 around every single self-tapping hex boat that went into that thing. Tech 7 around in it and putting little caps on them. I ran out of caps about halfway through it. So, but it's still open at the minute, so the sides are still open, the front is still open. But hopefully going to get a camp out in it. No, definitely going to get a camp out in it tomorrow night. So this will be the first official night in the off-grid tiny cabin. Yes. And I'm probably not going to record it. Probably not. Because it's going to be a family camp, so I don't... more important things to be doing. I might take some pictures. I don't know. I didn't record the last family camp, so... I'll talk to Siobhan and the girls and see what they think. I don't want to be annoying anybody, so but it is very close to getting there. Very, very close. So we'll have a roof on and plenty of ventilation, so I can lock it. I can go away and lock it instead of having to leave the door open. But I definitely really think I could just I definitely think I could come up with some way of getting pane of glass across the front, pane of glass across the back, and 2 down the sides. I think it would just be class. Be really, really good. I don't even have my phone on me. Did I take pictures of it? Did I take pictures of it and put it up on the community section? I don't know if I did or not. Hey, and I think Lily's downstairs on my phone. Lily's probably downstairs watching this live stream. You know what I mean? So that is what we have been up to this week. A lot of time. It's very warm here. Very, very well, for us it's very warm. I don't know what it's like with you two, but Jesus, this afternoon, yesterday afternoon and the day before, Jesus, it must have been about 25 degrees, but it was just like, oppressive heat. When you're waiting for a thunderstorm, that sort of dead heavy heat. That's what it was like. Well, and we'll have that until next week. And come Monday morning, 10 o'clock, when summer camp starts, guess what else is going to start? Rain! Yay! So, what can you do? What can you do? You just go at it, have fun. That is it. So it should be more. Look what I got. Anybody know what this is? Who knows what this is? I also got one of these, which is quite interesting. Ach, Roddy. No bother, Harry. No bother. I got one of these. Now check this out. We were taking apart beds yesterday, so everything's a little bit. Who knows what this is? It stinks. It absolutely stinks. Peppy, how's it going? It's double-sided, eh? Might give it away to use outdoor heads there. Guys, this is a US Marine Corps Basha or tarp. So I bought this of Vorsteliker just to see what it's like. They're not the best quality. Well, no, they're not the best condition. But when I got it, I was like, this is in really, really, really good condition. Except when you hold it up to the light and it's full of little tiny holes. Little tiny holes that will possibly take about 8 weeks to find and cover them all up. Well, who's Italy playing? Who's Italy playing? I have no. Jesus, Floater, man. Floater, thank you very much. Floater, were you a super chatter last week? I'm sorry. I was thanking people today for super chats. Because I took the girls out for pizza. Thank you very much. I'll post the pictures up on the community section of Wally's Word. 115 Fahrenheit, 46 degrees Celsius. That is insane. Insane heat. Oh my God, that is mental. Don't be looking at my big fat belly. And for any of you tech heads, I also finally received this week. If anybody knows what this is the Garmin Instinct smartwatch. Jesus. Do you know, Floater, when I worked over in Italy, in the Italian Alps, running outdoor pursuit sessions and stuff like that, the first year we were there, it was 46 degrees for about 2 months. It was a massive heat wave in Europe, and thousands and thousands of people died. And it was just, you were like a lizard. We were like the boys that were running the rock climbing. I did mostly water sports, but the guys that were running rock climbing all the time, they were just, their skin was in such bad condition after it. It was just, standing up on a rock face all day, sun just beating in on you. Even if they were wearing hats and helmets and everything, like, but it didn't make any difference. It was just, It was just crazy. Who are we rooting for? Who are we rooting for in the football? I don't know much about it. Hey, we do we have a lot of English subscribers on the channel? I actually think we have a fair few English subscribers, but I don't know if they come onto the live feed, except for Dan, obviously. Yeah, it's a Garmin Instinct Solar, so it's a solar smartwatch, right? So it is like, yeah, Armag's on Saturday playing Antrim, or Sunday, I don't know. Guys, it is a smartwatch. It's more of a mountaineering smartwatch than it is anything else. So, Marlon, thank you very much. Thank you very much. My God, guys, super chats. It is the weirdest thing. Marlon, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. But it is the weirdest thing for somebody to receive a super chat. You're at a loss for words. He says while not stop speaking. Thank you very much. Be more pizza next week for the girls. So it's a mountaineering smartwatch, but you can see that there is I'll take it off again. I'll show you. You can see that if I turn this, and you can see that there is like a reflective bit around the outside. So that's 100% solar panel, right? So here's the thing. I put this on me. No, sorry, I charged this up, and a full charge, running heart rate monitor and step counter and all that there stuff is 29 days, right? So if any users have got smartwatches, you'll know how much a pain they are charging and stuff. 29 days, no, 26 days, sorry. So I was out working in the sun for 1 day, and that went up to 30 days. So at the minute it's 29 days. 30 days. So I got 4 days worth of power from being in the sun for 1 day. So that's why I got it. Because I'm in the rain all the time. Oh, not the sun. So it is super cool. Marlon, thanks again, buddy. Thank you. I will have more pizza. I will gladly eat more pizza. I will take more pizza for the Woolies World team. Yeah. Add pepperoni, by the way. It was really nice. The pizza place down the road is really good. Grumpy, you ever been to La Dolce Vita? But so come Monday morning, it's all going to kick off Red Branch style. So it's going to be summer camp, but the weekend off. So I actually have the weekend to myself as well. So I might be able to go start cutting up some trees, which would be fun. So I went in to collect my chainsaws today, and it wasn't ready. He actually hasn't even started on them. You're on the way home from the cocktail now. Hang on, I have a dog at the door. Hang on. This way, Cooter. Come on. Go. No. So. Oh, for pizzas. Yeah. What was I saying? What are we talking about? Oh, chainsaws. So I got my lawnmower back. I had to go in and get my lawnmower back. My lawnmower has been away for 2 months. 2 months, guys. You don't realize how much you use a piece of equipment until you can't use it anymore. 2 months. So I've been strimming Red Branch for 2 months. Strimming paths through Red Branch. Imagine if our cars were powered by rain. Hey, Jesus Christ, Ireland would be the richest country in the world. We'd be exporting it. Ireland and the Pacific Northwest, just rain. We'd be exporting rainwater all over the world. but I got the lawn. So it had a new carburetor on the carburetor. Is that how you pronounce that word? Carburetor. New carb on the lawnmower, right? 130 euros of a bill. 80 euros for the 80 euros for the part, and the starter cord was gone, right? So, you know, I was talking to my uncle about it, and I said, 130 euros it cost to get it fixed, and he was like, "Is it worth it?" I was like, "Well, yeah." So he was thinking about the value of, you can buy a lawnmower for £130, so, but how good is it going to be? But this is a good lawnmower. So I think it was probably about the guts of £1,000, €1,000 when it was bought first. But here is the thing: when I got the lawnmower, it's a Castle Garden. When I got the lawnmower back, I took it straight to Red Branch. Right, started first pull. Thank you, Peppy. He's right. Thumbs up. You're watching. Three thumbs up. Get those thumbs up. First pull. It's only when I started it up and I ran it for about 5 minutes that I realized how bad it was before I took it in to get fixed. Just different machine, just power. It has the biggest Briggs and Stratton engine that you can get on a push mower. The next size up Briggs and Stratton is for a ride-on mower. So I couldn't tell you what size it is now, not off the top of my head. But I did videos on it before. I think on Woolly's World, probably last year I did a video on it. Probably not a lot of people watched it, to tell you the truth, because it probably was just a big. Probably was me cutting the grass at Red Branch, because that went from a 4-hour job, a 4 to 5 hour job, to a 2-hour job with that lawnmower, just by changing lawnmowers. Just by changing lawnmowers. The thing is a beast. Well, it is now. Jesus Christ, it's just powerful. Very, very powerful, guys. Very, very strong. Just keeps going and going and going. Doesn't chug, whereas it used to. And it used to bog down, and you felt like it was going too slow, and you sort of were nearly having to push it. Now I had to keep up with it. Do you know what I mean? So good more. But I know people have problems with Castle Garden. So guys, Castle Garden is I think is a subsidiary of Honda. Don't quote me on that, but I know we were talking about it today in the shop, and my saw guy seemed to think that Castle Garden and Honda were the same company, if not the same company, made in the same factory. Definitely, he seemed to think that. So hang on. Pizza's revenge now. Here it comes. Pizza's revenge. But yes, so I have a big strimming demonstration coming up. I have to record it. So a brush cutting demonstration. So I've been letting the engine. How big is the engine? I don't know, Diesel Man. I don't know. It's one of Castle Garden's most expensive lawnmowers. It's called a 4-in-1 or something. I know it's a mulcher as well. So there's a thing you pull on the bottom of it that closes all the ports off. But I broke that into pieces because it's made of plastic. Anything plastic on a lawnmower for me doesn't last, because I be bringing the lawnmower up to the forest and all and stuff like that, and branches get stuck up and underneath it. But it's a powerful machine, powerful machine. But what I'm planning on doing is, because I have the Starline, the Nelium Starline, and because I have the Flexi blade. Was I talking about this the last time? If I was talking about this the last time, guys, tell me and I won't talk about it. I have a whole big section of Red Branch that is full of Dawkins, right? Dawkins. People, I don't know if Dawkins is an Irish term or what they're actually called, but it's full of Dawkins. So I'm going to strim one part of it with the Nilium and the next part of it with the Flexi Blade and see how we get on. People seem to be interested in the in which performs better. Tell me this. Did you see the video? Did you see the backpack blower video I did on the Hyundai backpack blower? What did you think of that? It's still one of those things that I'm like, I don't know. It just feels really cheap, really cheap. This is the issue with it. You know, I think you could possibly change out the straps and stuff to make it more comfortable. That would be no problem because I have Alice pack tracks and straps and stuff like that. So I don't know if you realized, but you know the brush cutting or the strimming video I did of strimming my brother's garden. So the cut scenes that I did on the backpack blower, that was my brother actually just blowing all the grass into the field next door because he didn't want to tidy it up. So it worked all right, I suppose, you know. But it just feels really cheap, you know. Just feels very cheap, and that it won't last. But hey, that's the thing, isn't it? So the Hyundai brush cutter was surprisingly effective. Okay, so I would have thought, yeah, 120 quid. How bad or how good can it be for 120 quid? And I abused that thing for 4 years. You know, so much so that I had to put 3 gear heads into it. You know, so that's a lot of abuse. You know, but it's hard to know. It's hard to know. And you know, it's funny as well because you know you're talking about seasonal stuff and everything, and I'm trying to make time to get up and do some of that big branch that has come down, and I'm just what the warranty is, Diesel Man, the warranty is unreal, and they stood over that brush cutter, no questions asked. You know, your man, I rang up when the first gear head went. I rang up and your man says, do you have, he says, have you registered? Oh, I can see here you registered it online, 3-year warranty, no problem. What's wrong? Gearhead's gone. No bother. Is your address still the same? Yes, we'll have a new one out. And they sent me the whole shaft, gearhead and everything. And I was like, fair enough. You cannot really question that. So I wonder what the chainsaws are like. Here's the problem with Hyundai is that you can't get them. So you go onto the website and have all these wonderful machines advertised, and you try to get them and they're not in stock. So they have a 62cc chainsaw. I would be interested to see that. But I did contact them because the brush cutting video was doing so well, and so many people. I was recommending the video, the machines to so many people. I did contact them and say, listen, what's the crack? I have Splitter Wars coming up, and I explained to them what Splitter Wars was, and I said, would you like to loan me a Hyundai log splitter, because I have petrol log splitters as well. And they laughed and they laughed and they laughed, and they never got back to me. But here, sure. So what can you do? What can you do? You can only put yourself out there, and whoever comes back comes back. Mark, how's it going? You're welcome. Did you have a different name last week, Mark? Have you been changing your name on YouTube? Is that what's going on there? Because that confuses Wally. Because then, especially if you change your picture as well, because I'd be like, now who's this? But actually, listen, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. And I'm at the stage in my yearly. In my seasonal cycle, where I'm thinking to myself again, I need a compact tractor. need a compact tractor. There's only so many barrows of wood chip you can wheel up and down the lane before you think to yourself, I really need to be looking at getting a compact tractor. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
No.
What's wrong, Siobhan?
Oh, the dog's got his head stuck in the door.
The dog has his head stuck in the door. I get you. Get you, Mark. The dog keeps opening the door. Bruno! Hip! Come on, Bruno! No, he's not doing it. He's nosing for food because it's not like he wasn't fed 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean? So tell me this: how many of you guys are running compact tractors at the minute? Does anybody have them? I know it's definitely more of a states thing than it is a European thing. That they're very slow to break into the market here, and they are expensive, like 15,000 new. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for me, that's a massive expense, and I could never buy one new, you know. So I'll be looking secondhand, even secondhand, 6,000, 7,000 pounds. You know, when you're getting into spending that amount of money on a piece of machinery, do you know what I mean? Like you really want to be making money with that machinery as well, don't you? You know, like even using you know, spending $650 on a Honda brush cutter. That brush cutter makes me money. You know, it does, because I use that in jobs all the time. I use it at Red Branch at least once a week. You know, so you'd want to have you'd be looking for a way for that machine to pay for itself, wouldn't you? With a topper on the back of it and cutting grass or something. You know, cutting big gardens for people. So that's the sort of thing I'd be looking at. You know, but yeah, I don't know. I do like the idea of it. Just, it would save a lot on. It would save a lot on lifting, mostly. Like the use of grass cutting I would get out of it would be an hour at Red Branch, an hour a week. You know, so but you're just talking about it just making your life so much easier. You see, I'm sitting here trying to justify to me that I should get a compact tractor. So I'm listening. There's dogs up and no good down there. So I'm making a surfboard. It's for a little tiny person. But that is what has been going on in Woolly's World this week. Has been a week without saws. I was in. Here's something. I was in the saw shop last year. I only make really good cars. That's the thing. Like, you know, that's really good cars. Oh, here comes Pockets. So I was in the saw shop last year, right? And I was talking to a guy who had a 390. Hey, Pockets. Here's Pockets. Oh, this is Pockets. Pockets is our old girl. She's at least 14, could be 15. We're not sure. Aren't you, Poxy? Oh, and she's deaf, and she's blind, and a little bit senile. I think she does. You do find her just sitting looking at the wall. But what? I was in to the saw shop, right? I was in the saw shop today picking up my lawnmower, and he had a 390, right? That this guy was going to sell, but the piston was blowing it, right? And here's the thing: I got talking, and we were talking about the 390s, and I was telling him about how I was better off with the 181 and blah blah blah. And he says that the guy was going to he was going to fix the piston, and he was going to put it up for sale. I'm possibly going to be looking about €900. And I was like, really? And he says, and then the man in the shop twigged. He says, you were looking at that saw last year when it was in, because the piston had blown on it last year as well, and I had replaced the piston. and he had to replace the piston, the Husqvarna piston, with a Chinese piston, right? And your man saying that it ran better in that year than it did in the years that your man had it previously. But then the piston's gone again, you know. So and that was a 390, or was it a 395? No, it was a 390 XP. And I know some of you guys hate HMA. I know you definitely said when we were talking about them, you said that they would be, you're either going to buy one that hasn't been used and pay a lot of money for it, or you're going to buy one that has been absolutely annihilated. So I think we sort of did better with the 181, didn't we? I think that was a better deal. I know, I'm missing the saws. This is the thing. So both saws are away. Well, the Franken saw is there, but it's sort of, to get into this job, it mightn't be a job for the Franken saw. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of going to take a big saw and a little saw. Maybe I'll just get the Franken saw at it. So a lot of moving stuff about, but you should see where this branch is. Like I'm going to have to take the camera up, walk you up with the camera, because it's up on the side of a mountain. You can, like, I'm drive maybe 200 yards from it, but it's going to be a hard 200 yards to get to it, you know, with a wheelbarrow full of sticks over and over and over and over again. But try this. Don't we love it? Don't we? Don't we? Oh, it kills me. But then it's that time of year where, because I'm so engrossed in Red Branch, I'm not really thinking about it. You know, it's July, obviously. Come August, all that will change, and winter will start pinging in the back of my mind, as I'm sure it will for a lot of you guys. Winter will start just slowly starting to. August can be a wet month here, you see. So that's what puts it into my head quicker. So you could be sitting there and suddenly you start lighting the fire again. But here's the thing, guys. Log pile update. I still haven't finished. I still haven't burnt everything that I had stacked and put away for this year. You know, sorry, that I had stacked and put away for last year. I haven't gone through it all. So I still have maybe three wheelbarrow loads, say 3 weeks of wood there. I'm not in any movies, Diesel Man. No matter what you have heard or seen in various websites, I am not in any movies. Well, I am actually in a few movies now that I think about it. Top Gun. Oh, is there a Top Gun remake? Is Tom Cruise in it? And Val Kilmer? I haven't seen Top Gun since I was a teenager, and I really wanted to go out and shoot down a Russian MiG. Oh, remakes, guys. I don't like remakes. Gah, how's it going? You're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. I don't like remakes. I can't have them. Oh, why did I have to go and ruin a perfectly good movie? Listen, remake Top Gun if you want. For me, it's not a classic movie. I think he's right, Grumpy. I think he's right. I think it's on the way. I definitely think that I have heard whispers. No, I haven't seen the trailer. No, I don't. I'm. Let me think. I was editing some videos last week, and I haven't turned the computer on since then. And I don't have Facebook or anything like that on my phone. So I'm sort of at a stage where I'm so busy that I'm not even getting to watch YouTube. You know, so the odd time I'm getting to watch. I'm trying to. Thanks, Babby. The odd time I'm getting to watch videos, you know, so I'm getting to watch like 5 minutes of a bucking video here, you know, or 5 minutes there of something else. And that's just the way it goes. When it come to winter, I'll be knee deep in everything, knee deep in the computer, knee deep in all these things. So, and watching videos as well. So it's just that is that's the way of a seasonal worker, I suppose, isn't it? So you just sunny, so you work. What time is it now? She's 9:51 and still bright. Well, my watch is telling me that it's not going to be sunset until 10:01. 10:01, so we've 10 minutes until it gets dark. Then I'll turn into a bat and fly out the window, which is live trailer reaction. Oh, do you guys watch ever watch a guy called The Critical Drinker? You do you know what I did watch? Hey, last weekend or the weekend before, the girls were away, so when the girls go away, I binge watch all these TV programs and movies that I wouldn't get to watch. So I watched the Winter Soldier thing. What's that? What's that called? What's he called? Something in the Winter Soldier. I don't remember. I watched it. I watched Loki, and I watched a movie called The Outpost. Now, if you like war movies, you should watch The Outpost. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. A good in in the way Black Hawk Down is good. Do you know what I mean? So it is brutal, and it's very, very raw at times. But it's I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. It's about an outpost in Afghanistan, and about these soldiers are in this outpost. And you've probably seen YouTube videos of this, old YouTube videos. So they got like 5 medals of honor. They got overrun and everything, and they had the Taliban were inside the compound. So it was crazy, absolutely crazy. A good film. Clint Eastwood's son's in it, and Orlando Bloom. Whereas in Black Hawk Down, Orlando Bloom is a very, very young soldier. He's like the senior soldier in this, which is a bit funny, so it's good. Nearly had it in my head. What is that program called? Somebody tell me. It's the new Marvel. It's not the new Marvel thing. Something and the Winter Soldier. What is the first part? Why can't I think of his name? It was good. Loki's good as well, guys. I know. Imagine landing in a helicopter in the middle of the night to your new outpost, and this is it. Zombie outpost with the Nazis. No, I've never heard of that one. It's a very good movie. Very good movie, Floater. I was impressed. But I like war movies, always have. So, but I felt the scene when they were inside the when they're inside the Humvee and your man's shot and he's outside and the other boy's going to go get him. I thought that was crazy, very intense, and the acting was brilliant. Like there's nothing. It just was raw. They made it feel very raw, So I recommend it, guys. If you want something to watch, I would definitely go check it out, especially if you're in the war movies. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Is it? The dumbest spot in the whole, like, Jesus, what were they thinking? Do you know what I mean? Everybody knows, like, even Darth Vader knows that you need the high ground, so. Or Anakin Skywalker, whatever he was called then, I have the high ground. Jesus, what were they thinking, boy? What were they thinking? Like, how? I don't know. I don't know. Isn't it what? That's what they call an oxymoron, military intelligence. Like, what are you thinking, hey? I know. The enemy like moving through the high mountain passes. Let's build our base somewhere that is surrounded by mountains, high mountains, with passes in it that the enemy move through all the time. Let's put the base right in the middle, where you could basically fire a rock and it's going to fall straight into the base, I don't know if everybody is completely pulled out. I know Trump was pulling them out of Afghanistan, but I don't know if it has ever been completed. I don't know if the British are out of Afghanistan either, to tell you the truth. It's just sort of, Afghanistan is just sort of gone from the news, isn't it? It's not something you hear anymore. unless something really, really bad happens, you know. So whereas it all seems to have moved to Africa, doesn't it? All this ISIS, Taliban stuff. I don't even know what anybody is anymore. So it seems like COVID has stopped all that, doesn't it? No, but it hasn't. It hasn't. Absolutely hasn't. I was reading this article about somewhere in Africa where like, oh, did they? I didn't hear. I rarely watch the news anymore, Diesel, to tell you the truth. I read it on my phone. So I'll only read, and you know, BBC News. But all these news stations seem to have such an agenda. The RTE News online is just clickbait after clickbait. The titles are ridiculous, and you go into it, and the article you're reading has very little in common with this big sensationalist bloody headline that they have. Do you know what I mean? Drive you mad. Whereas the Journal, you only read the Journal because the comments are pure gold, boy. Pure gold, the stuff that people be saying to each other. Yeah, I'm not the biggest news person. I used to be. Yeah, I'm going to approve that one, guy. You know, that comes in for me to approve or disapprove. But so yes, it definitely is a big bag of cack. 10:57, not dark yet. Come on, watch. You can do this. You can do this. You can get the spot on. It says at 4:57 the sun rises, and at 10:01 the sun is going to set. And do you know what? I'm not getting up at 4:57. Let's see. I should be able to see the sunset from here. If I don't fall down the stairs, that is. But yeah. Nothing else. I haven't come across anything else decent to watch in a long time. I had been waiting. Loki was surprisingly good, I have to say. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is good, but it's very different from Loki. Very, very different. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of ass kicking in it. Hey, you know, stuff blowing up, helicopters. What more do you want? Helicopters, boom booms, guns, machine guns, all that sort of stuff, you know. So fun. Willie likes stuff that goes boom. Who doesn't? Who doesn't, says you. But so it's just a waiting game now to see when I get my chainsaws back. That's it. As soon as I get them back, oh, I'm gonna have so much chainsaw mayhem. Chainsaw mayhem. I don't know if you guys could handle like 800 chainsaw videos in a row. I don't know if I could. It's hard to do. It is hard to do. Hard to do. Guys, I think I am going to let you guys get on with your Friday evening. So Friday evening for us that are in the evening time. I would like to say it. End of summer. Yeah, of course I have. Yeah. Yeah, it's a brilliant movie. Brilliant. There's a whole load of films around that genre that I have watched as well. I've watched so many, so many surfing movies. And one of my favorites is Big Wednesday. I love it. I remember watching that film as a kid and loving it, and not having a clue about surfing or anything, but just loving the whole thing about Big Wednesday. You know. So, and funny fact, the one of the main characters in Big Wednesday then went on to fly Airwolf. Yeah, Big Wednesday's a funny film. Some cast in that. What? Big Wednesday's brilliant, man. Brilliant. Like, they did all that surfing, you know. All the original Hawaiian surfers were in that movie. The Last Samurai I actually enjoyed. I'm not the world's biggest Tom Cruise fan, to tell you the truth. More to do with the production value that goes into all the movies he made. I remember my cousin telling me, now she's a director and she does movies and TV, a lot of TV programs in Ireland. And she was saying that She said that there's one scene in The Last Samurai, the battle scene with the horses. It took them 7 weeks to film that scene. One scene, 7 weeks. She says the last film, well, this was a long time ago, the last film that she had been working on took 7 weeks. The whole thing. Imagine the money that is behind Hollywood movies, but it's just, you just can't comprehend it. You just cannot comprehend. It's like, shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. But here, listen, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay frosty. If you find something good to watch, let me know. And let me know what you think of tomorrow night's videos. And I get some pictures up of the shed of the cabin on the community section, guys. So head over to the community section of Wally's World, and we will and you can see it there. And let me know what you think about putting the windows in. Okay, you'll know, it'll be more apparent when you see the pictures. Okay, guys, stay frosty.